Yeah. So good evening, namaste, and a very warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ET Industry Leaders North 2026. Please, zordar taaliyan, which means it's an evening dedicated to each and every one of you. Journey. Today, through ET Industry Leaders, we celebrate each and every one of you because you are the leaders who are writing India's next chapter. So on behalf of Bennett Coleman and Company Limited, I extend a very warm welcome and looking forward to having a great evening. This evening we've designed in such a way that of course there will be awards, there will be lots of celebration, but there are going to be some very interesting talks as well, breaking down certain critical issues, which I'll tell you about in just a little while, but all of that will happen in the evening. We now, again, I talked about leaders. So what better way to start this evening than to welcome a leader whose entrepreneurial journey spans over 3 decades. Yes, you heard that right. Not 10, 20, but more than 30 years of collective experience. He's an innovator, author, entrepreneur, and thought leader whose work in sustainability, wellness technologies, and innovation has earned him recognition across India and internationally as well. He's a distinguished entrepreneur. He's an author with over 35 years of leadership experience, an IIT Delhi civil engineering graduate. He has pioneered ventures across multiple industries and founded Synergy Environics Limited. Passionate about health and wellness, he has co-invented patented wellness technologies and has always been committed to advancing immunity, sustainability, and well-being through science-driven innovation. Today, he's going to talk to us about how new innovation platforms can be created in India to shape world growth. So please, ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, let's welcome to the stage Mr. Ajay Kumar Podar, Managing Director, Synergy Environics Limited. So we're looking forward to have you kickstart this wonderful evening. No better audience in the house possible to hear you speak. Warm welcome to you, sir.
Hello, thank you very much. Lovely to see all of you here this evening. Namaste. I'm going to talk about something that I'm passionate about and which I hope will make some of you think about innovation. So, our Prime Minister says कि हमें विश्वगुरु बनना है. विश्वगुरु आप तभी बन सकते हैं, we can only become Vishwagurus when we actually set the rules of the game. We start looking at things differently, not how people are showing us. Because if somebody else has invented a game, when you become good at it, they can change the rules. So this is what I'm going to talk about, how it can shape world good. So innovation, generally people think कि भाई मेरे से लोग पूछते हैं कि आप पढ़े लिखे हैं, you are from IIT, so that's why you must be innovating. But more innovation is done by less educated people than more educated people. And I'll come to that in the later stage. But I'd like to say, how does innovation take place? First, it starts with imagination. You think about something, you have a thought, you say, you put your passion behind that thought, that imagination, and you persevere it because you believe that it is possible. Sometimes we give up things. Enterprises don't fail us. We fail enterprises because we don't stick long enough. We don't help nature helping us. We are putting up a cement plant, suddenly we want to put up a steel plant also, so the nature gets diverted. So this is how normally most educated people, once they get educated, once they get a good degree, once they are recognized, they feel that they know everything, they've learnt whatever they wanted to know. And they lose curiosity. So when somebody asks you, okay, an educated person will always ask why. You seek justification, you say, what I already know is the knowledge which exists. That is correct, what I think is correct. But an innovator asks a different question. An innovator asks, why not? क्यों नहीं हो सकता? He goes where nobody else has gone. He has the courage to take a leap of faith. It is powered by passion and perseverance and not credentials. That I have 30 years of experience. There's an author called James Michener who wrote in his book called Drifters, first line, that if a person says to you, listen to me, I have 30 years of experience, don't. Because it may be 1 year of experience repeated 30 times. So you actually must live and learn every day, and there must be a purpose to innovation. What is the purpose to innovation? Does it add value to people's lives? So I would say that probably not only living but even doing things, does it address cost, does it address quality, and does it make life easier for people or better for people? So if these three things, the innovation can be focused on some of these three objectives, and I may have missed others also, but this is what came to my mind. And it should be affordable. So one of our products, which is a patented product, there were some other people who were selling the same product for 15 times more. And our board told us that, you are doing something for saving the radiation from mobile phone. And if you price it, a mobile phone costs 20,000, 40,000 rupees, and if you price it at 500 rupees, people will think, how is it possible that something so great can be done in 500 rupees? I said, I want the cost to be a no-brainer. It has to be affordable to everybody. And that's why that innovation is now not on the drawing board, but it's being used by 8 million people. So that has to be the purpose of innovation. Any new health discovery, drug discovery, whatever, it should be affordable. Now there is a whole process of innovation. So as you will see here, that first we had the light bulb, we had electricity, and then we had mobility, so we had engineers. So because of electricity, we could have mobility. We have a pressure, maybe steam. But also electricity was a big contributor. Then from cars we went to the railroad, we went to flights. Then you had the wireless, you had the mobile phones, which was a big breakthrough where people could communicate with one another. And then there was computing. So it was, I remember when I was in first year of IIT, we used to have a 4-storied building which used to have the IBM computer memory, which is now contained in your phone. So what required 50,000 square feet of memory is now in your phone, and maybe now it will be with Meta and all in your specs. So that is the progress. So one thing leads to the other. You don't suddenly come to it. And you had this computing which is 0, 1. Now we have quantum computing, which is 0 and 1 used together. And the latest kid in the block is AI, as we all know. So AI, why is AI important? Earlier you had the MBA approach, which was the case study approach, that you see 5 years, which are the companies, what were the problems they faced, what did they do. But that was the past. Maybe it helps you, it gives you a perspective, but it doesn't help you for the future. What AI is trying to do is to learn from the past. It relies on data, but then it analyzes data and it makes certain future projections. It also depends on your inputs. So if you give your inputs and AI gives you a biodata or an answer and you put it like that, then AI will also stop developing. You have to give AI the inputs so that AI develops into something more meaningful. So now the question is, electricity works on a certain frequency. It is in hertz. Something else, your mobile works on certain frequency range. Something else also works on certain frequencies. But we are utilizing very few frequencies. Everything has a frequency. Your body has a frequency. Your body vibrates at 7.83 hertz. Maybe many of you wouldn't have known that. So if I want to energize my body, I have to give it 7.83 hertz by some means. It's as simple as that. I don't have to take a pill. I don't have to take an energizer. So see how it's simple it can become. So many frequencies which colors have, which planets have, which so many other things have, which materials have, we are not using them. If we start using that, them understanding that and using them in product forms, in whatever forms, most of our problems in the world will become very little. And we have always believed in vibrations. In India, as Indians, our mythology, our whole system. If you go to the Konark temple, you will find that the Konark temple is built like a spaceship. That time the spaceship was not known what a spaceship was. So that was our knowledge. So we can be harness this, and we say to each other, his vibes are not good or her vibes are not good. What are vibes? Vibes are vibration, vibes are frequencies, they are wavelengths. So we've used some of these, and I want to point out to you another aspect of innovation. So there is this circle of knowledge. So IK is I know, which is 5%. They say we use 5% or 10% of our brain in our lifetime. There is a bigger slice which you know that you don't know. So that is what we spend our lifetime acquiring, that knowledge. And the third is, I don't know, I know, which comes from the subconscious mind, which comes from your intuition, which is there, but we are not tapping it. That is the area from which innovation or new things or new ideas take place. When you let that come forward and don't ask, "Ye kahan se aa raha hai?" These are some of our patented products and technology, which I told you we have about 8 million users, and we hope to have 100 million users in the next 3 years. And there is a service where we also do we look at the ground energies which are called geopathic stresses, and we correct that so that machines don't break down, structures or bridges don't fall. So we've impacted the lives of about 21 million people. But we have many technologies which have been invented, and we are hoping that people come forward, we give them those technologies, they commercialize it, they do it, we will help them, we will give them seed capital, we will give them the technology. Maybe we will take some small equity, but it will be their enterprise. So this is what we are hoping for, and we are hoping that many other people use this, like AI is a platform. So any technology is made out of a platform. You can make multiple products, you can make multiple uses. Similarly, frequencies and vibrations is the platform which India can own, which we can own, and which we can do considerable work. This is just to tell you what kind of work that we've done. And this is our opportunity to be the Vishwaguru. And I urge all of you to come forward with your ideas, and we'd love to share whatever we can and make the best thing happen for India. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's have a big round of applause. That was the perfect start to this evening. You definitely got everyone's energy up. Thank you, sir. Let's have a round of applause. And right after this, we shall thank you so much, Mr. Poddar, Mr.